Hi, Bloody Recaps here. Today I'm going to explain drama movie, Adoration. Keep your eyes open and stay focused. And do not forget to support the channel, subscribe and like. Enjoy your watching. Two girls, Lil and Rose, enjoy the moment and relax by the sea of this carefree life. But when they grow up everything changes. For now they have to look after their sons, who are no longer so young, but still need the help of their mothers. Especially Ian because he lost his father and Lily his husband. After morning, Harold, the father of Tom, the second boy, he asks Tom's for Ian's support and they go to the beach to catch crabs and surf. After much time, the boys have grown older, but are still as strong friends as their mothers, who relax in the sun and admire their creations, comparing them to the gods. The boys return home and shower after their swim, and the mothers watch their sons with a smile. After a while, Lily and Roz are laughingly looking through an album of their youth. Their sons wonder why their moms are having so much fun and Tom grabs the album to see what's so funny. And the moms, under the influence of alcohol, discuss who was sexier in their youth. Tom has no problem supporting this conversation, but Lily notices Ian looking at a picture of his father in their album and tries to support him. In the evening after dinner, they play cards until Harold arrives. Lily goes home because she has to get up early tomorrow, and Ian stays up for the night to watch a movie. Harold has been offered a new senior teaching position in Sydney with a good salary, so they need to consider whether Rose and Tom should move in with him. At night, Rose stares at Ian's muscular body and picks up her album. It turns out that Lily and Rose even work in the same office, where their employee invites Lily to dinner, but Lily refuses, saying that she has a meeting at a literary club. Rose just laughs because she knows there is no club. After work, Harold talks to Rose again about his future job, but she is not ready for such a drastic change. And Harold thinks that maybe it's because she and Lily are lesbians. But Rose replies that this is not the case, she just needs to think about it some more. The next morning, the girls discuss this amusing conversation with Harold and recall their one and only kiss. Harold leaves for work and Rose promises he will come soon, then goes for a swim to be alone. But when she returns to the dock, Ian is there. She asks him for a puff and confesses that she's given up smoking for about 100 years. She lays down to sunbathe, and Ian looks at his mother's friend. At evening dinner, Lily hears her favorite song on the radio and goes dancing. Tom has no problem joining her and they have fun together. And Rose and Ian continue laughing, drinking, and catching each other's eyes. Tom has had too much alcohol after all, so Lily goes to bedroom. And Tom has already cuddled with the toilet and Ian walks him to the bedroom. Rose is lingering over magazines, and when she goes to bed, Ian shows up and literally pounces on his friend's mom. Tom wakes up in the night and notices his mother coming out of his friend's room without her pants on. To process what he sees, he goes to the sound of the sea, where he falls asleep until morning. He returns to Lily's house and confesses that he doesn't want to go to his father's house in Sydney because he will miss her, and then kisses her, which she is not thrilled about. Tom tells her what he saw last night. Lily doesn't want to believe it at first. Tom couldn't believe it himself, but he manages to convince Lily to believe him. Now he can't look at Ian like he used to. Lil felt the same way about Rose. The next day Tom came to Lil and asked to stay with her because he didn't want to go home. In the middle of the night, the guy comes to Lil's bedroom and without saying a word, lies down next to her. In the morning, he woke her up with trembling hands for fear of rejection, but this time Lil agreed. Tom returns home to Rose and tells her that he was at Lil's and did the same thing he and Ian did, for which he received a severe slap. Already in the afternoon, Rose goes to Lil's house to discuss what they have going on with their sons, and they agree to make sure it doesn't happen again. But the problem is that they both don't want it to end. In the evening Rose broke their agreement and ended up in bed with Ian again, Lil not much different from her. The girlfriends decide to put up with it, as they hope it won't last long and sooner or later the boys will get tired of it. Harold returns for his wife and son, but Rose is not at all ready, so Harold is angry that she is only worried about herself and leaves. The girlfriends go sunbathing on the beach discussing their colleague Saul, who is asking for dinner at Lil's. But suddenly Lil notices the guys fighting and then separating. At home, Ian helps Tom dress the wound, and at dinner, without ever talking about the reason for the fight, they disperse to their lovers' rooms. The next morning, Saul comes to Lil and confesses his feelings, but Rose asks him to leave and he thinks they are having an affair of their own and leaves, and the girls have a good laugh. They let go of all the negativity and accepted their age difference, so they enjoyed the best moments. 2 years later, Ian works at the same company as his mom's, and Tom's dad offered him a job, so after discussing it with Ian, he went there for a month, and he met a young girl there, whom he missed out on a free role. After the phone conversation, Lil thought he cheated on her and decided to get drunk, and Tom does make out with his new girlfriend, and then asks his father if he's mad at his mother for finding out about her affair with Ian, but he answers that he's not, because now he has a new family. Lil, on the other hand, couldn't get enough of hanging out at home and headed to a club where a man was flirting with her, but Ian intervened and drove her mother home. Tom's birthday is coming up and Harold is going to come to his ex-wife's house to celebrate. Tom returns to his home nest and gets a call from a girl in Sydney, and Lil overhears the conversation and has already figured it out. The party has started, everyone is having fun and drinking, but Harold arrives with Tom's new bride, Mary, and Lil watches their happy couple from the sidelines. But she couldn't take it much longer and had to leave the celebration. In the morning, Rose tries to comfort her friend and they decide to have Rose break up with Ian. On the day of Tom and Mary's wedding they all worked things out. Ian was against it and even wanted to get revenge by sleeping with another girl, but still came to Rose and begged her to let him in. But she never opened and decided to keep her promise even though she really wanted to see her lover. Out of anger he went surfing, but fell and hit the rocks. Lil and Rose came to visit him at the hospital, but Rose never went into the room. Ian was injured and was being put on his feet by a new girlfriend he found at Tom's wedding. They were together, but Ian talked about Rose in his sleep and couldn't forget her. After a while he decided he would get back together with Rose, but it was too late. His girlfriend told him she was pregnant. A few years later, Ian and Tom came to visit their moms with their new wives. But the night turned out to be more complicated than that. Ian noticed Tom making love to Lil, so he tells it to Rose, and he no longer cares that his wife overheard it. He tells her directly that Tom is cheating and that Ian and Rose are no longer lovers. In the middle of the night, the girlfriends pack up their things with the children and leave. And Lil in the morning tells Rose that they have had this relationship for a long time. When his wife went away they made love. The guys decided to leave things the way they were, so in the afternoon they were already lying and sunbathing like the good old days. Support the channel by subscribing, like and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.